Your baby is exhausted. You can see it, the red eyes, the slow blinks, the way their body goes limp every time you hold them. They are clearly, completely, utterly ready to sleep. And then you put them down, and they scream like you just asked them to do the most unreasonable thing in the world. You try again. You rock them. You feed them. You walk them around the room in the dark for the 14th time tonight. And just when you think they are finally gone, you feel it, that tiny shift, the moment they sense you moving away, and the whole thing starts over. The reason babies fight sleep is not stubbornness. It is not manipulation. It is not a bad habit you accidentally created. It is biology. And once you understand it, everything changes. A baby's brain is not like yours. When you are tired, your brain sends a clear signal. You feel heavy. Your thoughts slow down. Sleep feels like relief. A baby's brain does not work that way. Infants are born without a fully developed circadian rhythm, the internal 24-hour clock that tells your body when it is time to sleep and when it is time to wake. That clock takes months to develop. In the first weeks of life, it barely exists at all. This means your baby has no internal signal telling them that nighttime is for sleeping. No biological cue that says the day is over. No automatic wind down. They are not choosing to stay awake. Their brain simply does not know it is supposed to be sleeping. Pediatric sleep researchers call this circadian immaturity, and it explains why newborns can sleep through a loud dinner party, but scream through a quiet night. It is not about the noise. It is not about what you did or did not do. Their clock just is not set yet. Now, here is where sleep pressure comes in. Sleep pressure is the second system your brain uses to regulate sleep, and unlike the circadian clock, babies are born with it. It works like this. Every hour you are awake, a chemical called adenosine builds up in the brain. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. And the more adenosine accumulates, the stronger the drive to sleep becomes. Scientists call this sleep pressure. In adults, sleep pressure builds slowly. We can tolerate being awake for 16 or 17 hours before it becomes overwhelming. In newborns, sleep pressure builds much faster. After just 60 to 90 minutes of being awake, a newborn's adenosine levels are already rising sharply. Their sleep pressure is already high, which means your baby is not just tired, they are biologically overwhelmed. And here is the problem. High sleep pressure does not make it easier to fall asleep. In babies, it often makes it harder. When adenosine builds too high, when a baby is pushed past their natural sleep window, the body does something counterintuitive. It releases a wave of cortisol, the stress hormone, to keep the baby alert enough to signal that they need help. The result is a baby who is exhausted and wired at the same time, overtired and unable to come down on their own. This is why that 90-minute window matters so much. Not because someone invented a rule, because that is when your baby's biology is most ready for sleep, before the cortisol floods in and makes everything harder. But there is a third reason, and this is the one no one talks about. Your baby does not just fight sleep because of chemistry. They fight sleep because of fear. Not fear in the way adults experience it, not conscious anxiety, but a deep, ancient biological alarm. Think about what sleep actually requires. To fall asleep, you have to let go. You have to stop monitoring. You have to give up awareness of everything around you, including the people who keep you safe. For an adult, that is fine. You have a prefrontal cortex that can process risk. You understand that the house is locked, that you will wake up in the morning, that closing your eyes does not mean danger. A baby has none of that. What they have is an ancient nervous system, one that evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, one that learned a single critical lesson. Being alone in the dark means vulnerability. When your baby was born, the only thing standing between them and everything unknown was you. Your heartbeat, your warmth, your presence. And falling asleep means, at a neurological level, losing that. Researchers studying infant sleep have found that the moment a baby's arousal level begins to drop, the moment they begin to drift, their nervous system triggers a small alarm. Where is my caregiver? Am I safe? Are they still here? It is not a thought. It is a reflex, one that is millions of years old. And the response to that reflex is the same every time. Wake up, check, make sure. This is why babies who fall asleep in your arms wake the moment you put them down. It is not because the mattress is wrong. It is not because you moved too fast. It is because the warmth is gone. The heartbeat is gone. The biological anchor that their nervous system was using to confirm safety is suddenly absent, and the alarm fires. Sleep researchers call this the Moro reflex arc, the cascade of neurological responses that keeps infants alert to changes in their environment. It is the same system that makes babies startle when they hear a sudden sound. Applied to sleep, it means any significant change in sensory input during the drift toward sleep can reset the whole process. You are not failing at sleep training. You are up against 200,000 years of survival biology. So what does all of this mean for you, right now, at whatever hour you are watching this? It means your baby is not broken, their sleep is not broken, you are not broken. What is happening is exactly what is supposed to happen, in a brain that is still building the architecture it needs. The circadian clock will develop. Research shows that most babies begin to show the beginnings of a day-night rhythm between 6 and 12 weeks. By 3 to 4 months, the clock is functioning well enough that longer nighttime stretches become biologically possible. The sleep pressure system will become more efficient. As the nervous system matures, babies gain better tolerance for the buildup of adenosine without tipping into that overtired cortisol flood. And the separation alarm will quiet, not because your baby becomes less attached to you, but because they build something called object permanence, the understanding that when you leave, you still exist and you will come back. That understanding is not there yet, but it is coming. And every time you show up when they call, every time you answer the alarm, you are building the exact neural foundation that will eventually let them sleep. You are not creating dependence. You are creating trust. And trust, in the end, is what sleep requires. If this changed how you see your baby's nights, subscribe to Baby Mind Secrets. Every week, we take the moments that exhaust you and show you the science underneath. Hit that button and tell us in the comments, what time is it where you are right now? And how many times have you tried to put your baby down tonight?